Tonight's topic is going to be about social medias and viewer retentions, all those other fun aspects that go along with trying to stream. Um, so myself, I've struggled with it for a bit. I've been streaming now for a little over 3 months. Um, Before that, I've had a couple other social media accounts that I do stuff through. So one I'm going to start off with is social media groups is Facebook. I'm going to start off with because that's the one I've got the most experience in. Uh, if you've been around the channel, you probably already know that I do costuming and cosplay and stuff like that. I still have a persona. I have actually somewhat retired the character, but I had a steampunk persona that I used to embody. And I've had hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of people that would message me, comment, like, all that kind of stuff on that page that I had. Well, I created that before Facebook officially had pages, so I had a separate Facebook account for my steampunk persona. However, when Facebook transitioned to pages, I lost that account entirely. So all my followers and everybody, I lost all of those people. However, I was able to recover. I still have a page that is dedicated to my steampunk persona and was able to recover a good majority of the people that I had contacts with, those who specifically were searching me out or had worked with before. Uh, so with Facebook, there's a couple things you can do. So first off is if you are a streamer and you haven't gone and made yourself a Facebook page, you need to go make a Facebook page. It should be just standard practice. You should be, if you're wanting to be serious about businesses and all that, you should have all the social medias possible because if you don't have one, you potentially limited yourself there. I say this because uh, I know people that only have Facebook. They don't use Twitter. They don't use Instagram. They don't even know what a Discord is. Uh, so be mindful of that. That hey, there's people out there that just don't use all these other social media applications. So you're gonna have to, if you want to get to that audience, you have to be using all the social medias, whether you like them or not. Yes, there are downfalls to some of them. One of the biggest ones is, which I'll cover, is Instagram. I've had problems with with Instagram lately. However, um, mainly because the platform has a lot of people on it that are trying to use it to hook up with people. So I get messages all the time. Easiest thing on those is just when those people pop up, block them, move on with life. It's not that big a deal. You have them on every application. Just some of them are going to be more prevalent on certain ones than others. So, but with Facebook, there's a couple of nice things about Facebook. So Facebook is probably the best one to use if you are brand new to streaming because it does all the algorithm work, statistical work, marketing work, it does everything for you. But you also have to pay for those additional abilities. A lot of people don't realize that either. The marketing tools, there's actually a business section in Facebook for marketing. You can go in, you can select how much you want to pay per day, or per week, per month, per project. Uh, and Facebook will run ads basically for you. Now, they're not the same as the ads that you see on Facebook yourself. Most of those ads are targeted ads, so they're based upon click ratio, things that you've clicked on or things you post that match their stuff. That's what you're probably seeing for ads if you see ads on Facebook. Advertising in regards of like a Facebook page, you could do the same thing. It's expensive though to do that. Uh, the typical one for a campaign that lasts for 30 days is about $350 on average. Don't suggest doing that. My suggestion is if you've got a specific thing, so like myself, I have streamer helping streamers. With that, it's every Thursday. So what I could do is I could set up an advertisement that goes out every Wednesday and Thursday and markets, hey, specifically looking at the word Twitch, streamer, gamers. That's all I had to put in there. Plug that in, and it'll send out marketing based upon those specific things of interest to people. It uses all the background information that Facebook already is gathering on all of the people, so you can be able to find a lot of people that way. Now, I will say that is not necessarily growing your audience. Okay, what that's doing is that that's growing your visibility of your brand. Getting your stuff out there, your channel, is great. You need to be doing that. It then comes down to what your content is, because if you have horrible content, a person's going to come to your stream, see you, and go, why did I click on this? And they're gone. They're not going to come back. So you've got to be able to have good content going all the time too. This is why, I'm sure you heard it, if you're a streamer and you're not talking, you're wasting your time, because you potentially had somebody could have come in, seen your channel, you're not even talking, you're not doing anything. Yep, you lost their attention and they're gone. Same thing, pay attention to your chat. If you see somebody come in and they say something there, hey, I just saw your Twitch post. I'm over here from Instagram. Hey, thanks for following me on Instagram. What's your handle on there? I can send a follow back to you. What do you do? How are you doing? Interact with your chat. These are other things that I have covered before. The segments that I have every week. So, but yeah, with Facebook, there is a whole lot of things that you can actually do with it, but there's money that you have to use into that. The other aspect too is that it is set up to be very user friendly, which in turn, by it being so super user friendly, almost anybody can do it. And by almost anybody being able to do it, you are in competition with a lot of people to be able to use it. Now, the other thing that I would highly suggest, if you haven't done it, is yes, create yourself a page. But if you haven't created yourself a Facebook gaming page, you need to do that as well. So a page, you can select what kind of page you want it to be. It could just be a persona page. So like I have a steampunk page. It's got my steampunk persona's character's name attached to it. So all somebody has to do is just search for my name, and they will find the page. With Facebook Gaming, you actually can be streaming through Facebook and be able to gain viewership from Facebook. This is a new application that they've launched. A lot of people are starting to flock towards it. There's pros and cons to it. If you are affiliated with Twitch or any other program such as like YouTube or anything like that, you have to be mindful of that. Most of them have exclusivity rights to you and your content. What that means is if you stream, you have to wait 24 hours to be streaming that same content to another platform. Nothing says you can't go, hey, for the first 2 hours, I'm going to go stream on Twitch. I'm going to shut that down. Next 2 hours, I'm going to open up Facebook Gaming, and I'm going to stream there for 2 hours. Nothing says you can't do that. That's perfectly legal. You can't get stopped doing that. My suggestion would be to do that if you aren't doing that. Because that's going to be the other aspect is if you're going to have a Facebook account and people want to watch your content, you really want to drag them to a specific location. Doesn't matter whether you're Twitch or YouTube or wherever, whatever your preferred platform is, you still need to be providing the accessibility of your content to those other sources. This is why the social media aspects are really important, because that's your networking tool. That's what's going to drive the audience to come to your main location. So if you're a Twitch streamer and you're on Facebook, yeah, make it to where, hey, I do 2 hours of Twitch streaming. You know, I'm going to do 30 minutes, and all it's really going to be is 30 minutes of, hey, everybody, I just had so much fun doing this game. If you haven't checked it out yet, I'm over on Twitch. Here's my Twitch handle and all that. Come on and check me out when I'm live next time. Done. Over. Shut down the stream. You just created a video now that you can share, link to other people. They're all going to know, oh, okay, so this isn't your primary location, but you're at least telling me where I can go find you at. So again, Facebook has some interesting tools to it. They're pretty user friendly, but there is the cost to them. You can get into groups and all of that. You can just start following other people. My suggestion would not be to do that, mainly because that just turns into a follow for follow situation. You're not really getting people actually looking at your content. At least with the advertisement, you have your face being put, your brand being put out there to a wider audience that somebody else could just happen to see again. Because once you put it out there, it's out there forever. If you're trying to just bounce off of specific people to gain followership, it doesn't necessarily stick around, because some of those groups are just so small or tight knit, you're going to get lost in there. Whereas the advertisement, it's directly to a user that might be interested in your stuff. It's following the analytics that Facebook already has. So, as you can see, I'm even popping it up in my stream. That's what's going on over there, that live chat. I have a couple bots that basically just every now and then throw out what all my different social medias are. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I even have a Discord. I have other social media platforms. Those are my primary ones that I prefer people to go through to get to me. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. I also do DLive as well. Used to be on Mixer. Mixer's closing up, so it's not going to be much of a deal anymore, but used to be on Mixer as well. I actually do what's called Restream. So Restream allows you to stream to multiple platforms all at once. That is because I'm not affiliated to any platform yet. So that allows me to not have to be exclusive to anybody. I can actually share this all over the place. So like right now, I'm actually streaming to 4 different locations: Facebook, Twitch, DLive, and Mixer still, because Mixer still has his existence. So but so I don't just go into this blindly. If that's what you're thinking, definitely wrong. I do end up doing research on all these topics before I go into them. That's part of why I call it Streamer Helping Streamers. My background is in policy. I do have a master's degree. I am a special education teacher. I do consulting work. This is my passion. So what you guys are getting is basically free. Normally people pay for this kind of stuff, and I'm just giving it out to you guys. That's why I want to be able to help you out too, because I'm a streamer. I've gone through this kind of stuff already. There are things that I know I'm going to run into in the future, and I want to go over them. So the one I've got right up on screen right now is somebody who does the exact same thing I am doing right now. And he's basically, I didn't know it until just a few days ago, when I was talking about this same topic in a couple discussion groups, and his name got thrown out. Harris Heller. He's also known as the Stream Doctor. So he has Alpha Gaming. If you've never heard of that, they're over on YouTube. They also have a channel here on Twitch as well. I have no problem plugging them because they have taught me a lot of amazing things right now. But yeah, Alpha Gaming and Harris Heller and his YouTube channel kind of explained a lot of things for me. I've been struggling with some of the social media aspects for Twitch, and kind of explained a few things to me that I wasn't even thinking about when I was doing a lot of this. So a couple takeaways that I've got from a couple of his streams and all of that is, if you're on Twitch or anywhere that has the ability to clip, you need to be making clips. Tons of clips. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to publish them. What it means is that you need to be going through your own videos and saying, you know what, this was a good segment. If you're a shooter game and you got back-to-back chicken dinners, hey, you need to be highlighting that, because it's not common for some people. There's a whole group of people that, hey, I do a shooter game, I don't kill really anybody. Hey, what they need to highlight is, hey, I'm not really good at these games, but you know what? Hey, did you see me in the background? I was laughing about my own death. Hey, there's people that are interested in that kind of content too. So you need to be going through your own content and figuring out, what did you really enjoy yourself from your content, and what is it you want to highlight as far as your own content. By doing clips, that's a good thing, because you can now take that stuff to Instagram. A lot of people don't know that you can put video on Instagram. Put video on Instagram. Take your clips, put them on Instagram. Reason why I got recently told about all of this, and I've already done the research into it. It only takes me a little bit of time to get into the research. I have a statistics background, so getting into the algorithms and the statistics is just fun for me. Plus, I'm able to do it pretty quickly and get back to this kind of topic. So, what I found out about Instagram is they have a new setup. It's called the 2020 algorithm, is what they're calling it. Everybody has their own different algorithms. There's the Facebook algorithm. There's Instagram has tons of different algorithms it's used. Their most current one is called the 2020 algorithm. With that, what it does, and I can show you, one of the big spots I went to is later.com and pulled up some of their information. They had a lot of good details, so that's kind of just where I went through. But what they basically identified in there is you need to be using all the different aspects of Instagram. So with the algorithms in Instagram, they do look at what you look at, what your potential viewer will look at, and then also what is the content. So if I had a picture of a cat, let's say, so they will take how often do I look at cats, and what is the relationship of me looking at cats? Okay, what is the potential audience of cats? Now, what did I put in there as far as content? Did I actually put in hashtag cats, hashtag cats of Instagram, felines? Like, what all did I throw in there? It then takes that, kind of jumbles it all up a little bit and figures out who best to send that information to, because they're wanting everybody to be engaged more with each other. So what that means is if I am only liking cat photos, it may only get sent to another person who just likes cat photos. Now, that sounds like there's a problem there, right? Because, that means I gotta like everything. Yeah, you kind of do need to start following your own industry. The trick to it is the hashtags. So, don't be afraid to be using hashtags, especially on Instagram. Going in, seeing what is trending is a big deal. I can go into the whole details on that if you'd like. There's a whole bunch to that. I don't want to go ahead and go through that on stream just because there's so many different channels and pages and all that to go through. And it'll be confusing. But you can definitely contact me. I have no problem helping walking you guys through that. If that's something you're interested in and needing help on, I can show you how to do some of that aspects. But the hashtags, what you need to be doing is you need to be looking up the specific hashtags that are really trending and keeping on top of what's current. So if you go into Instagram, and I can show you with Instagram, there's another aspect to this. If you're on computer, if you don't have Google Chrome, I suggest Google Chrome. There's a couple other applications that you can do it through, but Google Chrome is the easiest one for me to be able to use. So I can go in and I can go Instagram. It's going to take me to my page. I can't post anything on Instagram because I'm on a PC. Right? No, actually, not This is actually really good because there is a way of getting around this. With PC, you can actually go in, you can edit, you can create videos, you can create picture stills, whatever you want to do. So like right now, on mine, my recent post, if I can get my thing, my recent post, I made this while I was offline. Okay, so that's Picard, my usual image and my screamy cat. Streamers helping streamers tonight. That's what we're doing. And then I put my post about that's what's going on tonight. We're talking about social medias. So I did all that from my computer though. How you do that? On Google Chrome, you go to the little three dots in the corner, click, go down to more tools, and then developer tools. It's gonna give you all the developer script and all that. All you need to really do is come up here, select which instead of it saying responsive, because that's what it'll say first, select one of the different applications. So I just chose Galaxy S5. Then hit refresh. Watch what happens to my page. I now have the ability to make a post. Look at that. I can go into my documents and create a post. very useful, because if you're streaming from a PC, your phone isn't going to have all the stuff that you want. It's not going to have all the developer tools. Okay? So very important that you actually do that with Instagram. Number one, you can actually then be taking clips of video and create streamlined things of, hey, it's a clip of me getting 2 chicken dinners in a row. You can cut first chicken dinner, second chicken dinner, put them together. Hey, now you've got a video that you can post straight to Instagram. You can target whoever you're wanting with that with hashtags. It's a big deal, honestly. I didn't realize how simple that was. It is something that I now know, and I'm passing it on to you, so there should be no excuses why you're not using Instagram now. But yeah, there's different aspects out there that all the different social medias have different things. Twitter is very similar. Twitter, you can do the exact same thing that I was just showing you with Instagram. You don't need to change the developer tools because you actually can make posts through Twitter, but you also still need to be looking at the trending hashtags. Twitter is very specific and its algorithms. You really need to be using the hashtags. Don't flood hashtags. Don't put like 10 hashtags out there. There's no reason to do that. It's not going to get you anything. It's not going to get you more viewers. If anything, it's going to put you lower on the list because you're going to be competing with all these other things and people really aren't going to see you. Plus, it clutters what your message is. So there isn't really a rule to it. I have been doing about 5 hashtags. I think any more than that, you're starting to just stretch it. Yes, there's the basic ones. I mean, if you're on Twitch, make sure you tag the platform you're on, tag the game that you're doing, tag that you're a streamer or a gamer. Those 3 right there are the basics ones that you need to be putting in. There's some other ones that you can plug in there if you want to, such as myself. I do Diablo 3. I do it on hardcore, so when I tag Diablo 3 as the game, I also tag hardcore Diablo 3 because it's just the playstyle I'm doing. Hearthstone, very similar. Hearthstone has a bunch of different play options to it, so I play Battlegrounds, so I tag Battlegrounds with it as well. Those are just a couple things to add in there, because if somebody's looking for a Diablo 3 streamer, yeah, they're still going to see me. But if they're specifically looking for somebody who's just hardcore, they're going to go Diablo 3 hardcore. And if you just had Diablo 3 in there, you're not going to be found on the hardcore servers, on the hardcore search. So just a couple things to keep in mind when you're doing those two. Other than that, there are some books and things like that I was referenced, and I'm going to go ahead and share those. So one of them is called The Gen Z Frequency by Greg Witt. Definitely a good read if you're looking at social media and marketing. Another one is Customers Included by Mike Hurst. Same thing, good if you're really looking at social media and how to target your customers. And the last one, which is the only one that's actually an audiobook, those other 2 were not audiobooks. I'm an audiobook type of person aside. But so the last one that's actually an audiobook is Execution by Larry Bosoidi. That one I actually have already listened to. It's actually really good. It is talking about an executive, the marketing executive of a couple companies, and how he basically quit those companies because he knew that they weren't going in the right direction and they weren't taking his advice. And by going to these other companies, he ended up actually helping them excel because they were listening to his advice. So it's a really good read. Whether you get an audio version or if you get the actual book, it's actually really good. There's a lot of things in there that talking about high business models, but they also pertain to us as streamers, because I mean, you've also got to take streaming. If you want to take your streaming channel to the next level, you need to be thinking of it as a business. Because if you're not thinking of it as a business, it's a hobby, and you can, no matter how much money or whatever you throw into the channel, as it being a hobby, you're only going to get a hobbyist amount of views out of it. If you're going to take it professional, you need to be looking at the professional aspects. You need to be thinking about how do I market myself? How do I ensure I'm getting the max